back. I'm back. All right, y'all. If y'all hear a bunch of noise in the background, it's because people is whipping up in the kitchen. So just listen to my voice. Don't be distracted. I'll try not to be distracted. Okay. It didn't happen then because it wasn't supposed to happen then. It didn't happen then because it wasn't supposed to happen then. Anything that you're regretting about, anything that you are disappointed didn't happen, anything that you are beating yourself up over, anything that is causing you any kind of like distress or anger, frustration, depression because of what didn't take place when you thought would take place, just go ahead and put it behind you. Just go ahead and put it behind you, because if it was supposed to happen then, it would have happened. Sorry I gotta be in y'all's face like that, but I had to, because I had to get in my, God got in my face like that. There are some things that I wish would have happened a certain time in my life. Like, I wish I could have been a certain age, or I'm thinking back to a certain time in my life, or a certain open window of opportunity to do a certain thing, and that thing didn't materialize, or I didn't do that thing consistently, or that thing just didn't get done, period. I experienced a lot of just beating myself up, a lot of shame, a lot of regret, a lot of damn, feeling like, you know, time has like passed me by, feeling like it's too late, feeling frustrated because I'm seeing such and such doing what I wanted to do, or doing X, Y, and Z that I could have done, thinking about where I could have been had I done X, Y, and Z how many years ago, even thinking about relationships or situations that you wish would have worked out. Like, maybe you were putting in the work, maybe you were putting in the plow, but it didn't work out, or it didn't materialize or manifest the way you hoped or expected. And you gotta really just forgive yourself and let it go and move on, mama, sir, you know, if it's a guy listening to this, because beating yourself up over something that didn't take place or happen when you wanted it to happen, or when you hoped it would have happened, or when you expected, it just means it wasn't supposed to happen. Like, that's the only way I could make peace with it. Maybe there's more of a message, a deeper meaning or understanding behind X, Y, and Z, or why things that happen the way you expected or wanted. But the way I've been able to make peace with it is, it just wasn't supposed to happen. You probably didn't have the understanding at that time. You probably didn't have the wisdom at that time. You probably didn't have the emotional intelligence or availability at that time. You may have not had the capacity at that time. You just may have not had the resources, whatever may be. If it was supposed to happen then, it would have happened. And I don't think there's any point in beating yourself up, or shaming yourself, or wallowing in a pool of regret, or sinking yourself into a deep depression about things that didn't happen 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 minutes ago, whenever that time period was. You have to come to a place of acceptance. You have to come to a place of realizing that, you know what, at that time, I just was unaware. At that time, I didn't know better. At that time, sorry y'all, they clicking and clanking in that background. At that time, I didn't know better. At that time, you know, I didn't have the wisdom. At that time, I was, you know, ignorant, and I didn't have an understanding, but now I do. So the thing about that is, when you just are unaware, or you just didn't know, that's one thing, right? Like, okay, I just did not have the information, right? It's another thing. It's another thing when you do know, but you still ain't do what you know you're supposed to do. That's when it becomes even heavier, right? That's when it becomes even more damn. But I really do believe that if it was supposed to happen, then it would have happened, honey. Because I believe that even if you knew, and maybe that is part of, you know, the consequence, right? Like, you knew better, but you didn't do better. So the consequence of that could be, you know, feeling that weight or frustration or feeling that disappointment or discouragement, right? Like, I feel like that could be just the fruit of it. That's just part of life, right? You have to eat it. You're just gonna have to eat it, okay? And it doesn't mean it's ever too late. And it doesn't mean you can never fulfill the thing that is within you. So I really do believe that even if you missed your window, even if you fucked up a relationship, even if you know, signed a bad deal, even if you did something that wasn't fruitful, even if you did something that you know you shouldn't have done, or you didn't do what you know you should have done, I feel like, well, now that you know, now that you've tasted that bitter fruit of doing or not doing a thing you know you should have done, or doing a thing that you probably shouldn't have done, baby, when I tell you, when you taste that bitter fruit, I hope that's enough to change you. I hope that's enough to like gear up a different type of fire or energy within you. I feel like that's a grace. God, I love your word. I feel like that's a grace, honey, because for you to even recognize that, oh, this was a thing that I should have done, would have done, could have done, but didn't do, or shouldn't have done and did, and now I'm sitting in the consequences of it. The fact that you can even feel that, I feel like it's a grace, right? It's a, okay, look, 10 years had passed by and you could have X, Y, and Z this, but you didn't. So I'm letting you feel it, so that way we don't have to sit here 10 years later having the same feeling. But it's okay. You don't have to sit here and feel shame. You don't have to sit here and feel, you know, that regret, or, you know, that nasty feeling of condemnation. We ain't got time for that. We don't do that around here. I really do believe that when you feel that, it's like, oh, okay, heard, noted. We doing things differently now. Like, I feel like you got to go about it with a different energy. So for me personally, I would say that my regret, oh, I'm getting vulnerable. Okay. My little regret. My see how hard it is for me to just say it. Just say it. Quit playing. Okay. My regret, and I think I would say just like my little thing that I'm like trying to, you know, work out and make peace with, is the fact that I started doing this YouTube thing in when I was in undergrad, really honestly in high school, but like when I was really trying to take it seriously was my sophomore year in college, I think. Yeah. So that was like almost 10 years ago. And see where we are now, you know? So it's just like, baby, had I had the wisdom and understanding of consistency and discipline and keep going even when you don't feel like it, even when you're not seeing the views or the likes, or you're not getting the hand claps, if I had that understanding of faith and sowing my seeds and believing that a harvest will come, like if I had that understanding and that wisdom and that knowledge, now God knows where I would be. I sit with it. But you know what? I know I'm not the only one that be feeling that. I know it's so many of my sisters and brothers out here that have done a thing or wish they would have done a thing years ago, or been consistent with a thing years ago, and could have been set up, or could have been in a different place in life, or could have been more fulfilled, or whatever the case may be. And honestly, who knows? Maybe you wouldn't have been as fulfilled. Maybe you wouldn't be as set up. I don't know. But you know, you just have that vision in your mind like, man, if I would have just stuck to it 10 years ago, who knows where I could have been now. And it's okay. It's whatever. That's 10 years ago. That's 5 years ago. We got to put that behind us and just plow with what we have in front of us now. That's all we got, because we can't go back and change it. We can't go back and fix it. We can't go back and, you know. But one thing I do know, okay, God, I love God. He is a redeemer of time. I don't know why I have so much energy, but I just feel it because it's just such a message of hope. But God is a redeemer of time, honey. He will redeem the time that was lost, that was eaten by them locusts. That's on. Damn, I need to know my word. Dang, and I used to know where this was at. I want to say James, but I could be lying. So I'm going to just figure it out and I'm going to put it in the description box so you guys can see it. But God is literally going to repay you back that time lost. Them 10 years and 5 years and 5 minutes. Whatever time you feel like you wasted on meaningless, dumb, stupid stuff. And you move with intention moving forward. Oh, God, He going to pay you back. He going to redeem that time. So what would have took you 10 years, 5 years, 6 years to do a thing correctly or do it right, He may, if you are moving in intention, and I'm not saying it's going to happen for everybody, I'm just speaking in hypotheticals, but He may just like cut that time in half and you see the fruit and the reward of the blessing of the thing that would have taken you twice the time. I don't know. That's just my faith. That's just my hope. That's my belief. But I really do believe in that. I really do believe that God will redeem the time in a way that you wouldn't even feel it. Like, you won't feel it like, dang, like maybe you would even be more grateful that you know, were playing around, wasted all that time and then got serious when you were supposed to get serious, right? But don't let this message be a message of, oh, well, I'll start whenever. And, no, don't play. Don't play with me and don't play with God. Don't play with yourself either. If you know you were supposed to do a thing, then do that thing. Quit playing. Because you don't know who you are allowing to continue to suffer because of your disobedience. Baby, quit playing. Quit playing, bro. Quit playing. Quit playing. Do you know how many people could be set free because you are choosing today to walk in obedience? Do you know how many people could... You done? Alright. Do you know how many people could come to know God and come to be saved because of you walking in the light and being intentional and obedient and committed and disciplined and consistent and all that? And you want to play around talking about, oh, you know, there's always tomorrow. Baby, you don't know if we got tomorrow. You don't know if you got the next 5 minutes. So I pray that you for real get for real with your for real. I pray that you get for real with your for real. I don't know what I just said. I pray you get for real with the things that you know you're supposed to do. Don't wait around. Because what you don't want is another 10 years of regrets and shame for not doing the things you know you were supposed to do. Period. Girl. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just feel like there was just so much I had to say on that, because one thing the enemy's gonna want to do is trip you up with shame and guilt and regret. Oh my God, we ain't got time for that. We can't let the enemy play on our top no more. Can't let him have it. You can't let him have it. So what you do is recognize that, okay, all right, I get it. I was playing around. I wasn't as serious. So I just didn't have the awareness. I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have the wisdom. I didn't have the understanding. I didn't know. Or maybe I did know. I did know better, and I just didn't have the confidence, or I didn't have, you know, the wherewithal or the discipline. I didn't have it. I didn't have it. Get real with yourself. Get real with yourself. Acknowledge it. Face your truth. Sit with yourself and call out what it was. Call it out. Okay, yeah, I was scared. I was scared. I was too worried about what other people was thinking about me. I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted to blow up in 2 videos. I wanted to, you know, I was too worried about the outside and not really about this work that I'm really out here doing. I was too worried about the frivolous and not about the real. I was worried about the wrong stuff. I didn't understand consistency. I didn't understand discipline. I didn't understand sowing my seeds and trusting God for the bearing of the fruit. I didn't understand being genuine and authentic, and that be okay, and that be received. Do you know how many times I feel like I had to be a certain type of person or be a certain kind of way because I feel like I couldn't really fully be myself and it be received? So I forgive myself. I let it go. I acknowledge that that's who I was at one point. I acknowledge that I was just broken and unaware, uneducated in certain areas, and made decisions from a place of fear and lack, and from a place of, you know, scarcity, and just from a broken place, and not from a place of trust and confidence and hope and faith. So now that I have an understanding, now that I know what's up, bruh, you can't play with me. You can't play with me. You can't, because now I know what it is God has called me to. So when I'm tired, when I don't feel like it, when I feel down and out, when I feel like there's no point, I'm gonna still come and show up on this camera because I know this is what I'm called to do. I've been doing this for 10 years. Giving the girls a game and giving them that real. Just being myself, talking about my life lessons and giving you guys some hope and inspiration. And that's just one aspect of who I am. There's so many different things that I do that I even look back like, dang, why didn't I do that then? Dang, I could have done that and that. But I can't continue to sit in regret or shame. I can't do this to myself. I gotta let it go. I gotta let it go and trust that God got something for me if I just keep moving, keep walking, keep trusting, and keep not only just walking, trusting, and moving, but doing that with my heart right, with my spirit right, doing my work genuinely, that authentic energy. God don't play that. He don't. God check your heart. He gonna feel you. He gonna see what you really about. And if it's not genuine, baby, that shit getting burnt up. It's gonna get burnt up. So this is me being as real and as vulnerable and as, you know, as a light as I can be with my story, my truth, and with this encouragement and this word. But at one point I can say I wasn't always like that. I feel like I was, you know, again, like, oh, well, the YouTube girls are out here making coins, so I'm gonna get on YouTube. And again, I was using my gift because I knew I had a gift to inspire and uplift and pour into people. But I was doing it from a broken place. I was doing it for the wrong reasons. I was doing it with the wrong motives. So of course it didn't materialize. Of course it didn't manifest. Of course it wasn't fruitful. I just feel like I had to share that real and that truth with you guys, because I'm here to shame the devil. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to shame the devil. I'm so here to shame the devil. Oh my gosh, because I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you, baby. I fight. Not no more, but you know, I'll fight the devil. I stomp in your head, nigga. Quit playing with me. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, let me stop. I just have so much energy. I feel good, of course, because, well, look at me. Okay. I'm so unserious, bro. And not only do I look good and feel good, but I just know that my God is good. I know God is so good. God is a redeemer. God is a redeemer. God is a redeemer. God is a redeemer. I wholeheartedly believe that God will return to you the time eaten by them locusts, the time that was taken from you, the time lost, if you diligently and consistently, with discipline and with authenticity, walk the way He's called you to walk and do the things that He's called you to do with boldness and tenacity, courage and strength, and with faith. Baby, I swear the things that you will see, the things that we will see, I believe it's going to be beyond what we could ever imagine. So that's my word for you guys. I hope it was inspiring, helpful, encouraging, motivating, all the things. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video.